Happy Monday. Happy Monday. I should have drunk some water so before I start singing my Monday motivation song, it comes out right. Just got to eating a snack and all that good stuff. Yeah, I was supposed to get all that stuff right before I came on camera. But anyway, hello, everyone. Welcome to Monday Motivation. I am Joy McLaughlin Harris, also known as Joy Speaks to You with the number 2, the letter U. I am an educator, motivator, innovator, business coach, strategist, transformational, and empowerment speaker. All right, guys, here it goes. Monday motivation, Monday motivation, Monday motivation with joy. I think I'll sing that one more time. Monday motivation, Monday motivation, Monday motivation with joy. I think I did pretty good considering I didn't have my water. But anyway, guys, we are going to talk about that D word, distractions. Woo! How many of you can relate to distractions taking your focus and taking you off course and keeping you from being as productive as you know you can be? Hello to everyone that is joining. So this morning I wanted to come on and talk about that D word, distractions, and give you ways that you can push through the season when distractions try to come your way. I've been talking to a lot of business owners, a lot of single mothers, and just people overall over these last 30 days. And every single one of them, when I listened to what they're dealing with, it was some form of distraction that had them losing focus, and it was a spirit of comparison and so many other things. So I said, you know what? I'm going to talk about distractions on my Monday motivation because I feel like it's something people need to hear about and also know how to deal with it. So today I'm going to talk about 3 different distractions. One being social media. Woo! Another one being clutter. Hey, baby. Hey, Houston. And another one being just people, places, and things. So let's dive right in, Lord. Dive right into what I'm going to talk about. And the other distraction is what's going on in the lives of others. So the first distraction is social media. The second distraction is clutter. The third distraction is focusing on what's going on in the lives of others. Let's talk about those distractions, that D word, distractions that get you off course, that make you lose focus. First of all, social media, I'm guilty. I'm guilty. I'll post something on my social media, then I'll start strolling and I'll start looking at stuff and I'll be like, ooh, look at this. I mean, it's like television when you don't watch TV, right? Can I get a thumbs up? Now, y'all, let's keep it real and be honest. So for me, the best thing for me was making sure that I turned my alerts off, making sure that I post and get right off because I didn't want to get distracted. Last season, I hired a social media team. They come back on board third quarter, and that social media team pretty much took care of all of my social media, right? But I still made sure that if I had orders come in, that I filled the orders or whatever the case may be. When I met with my social media team, of course, we sat down, we looked at, hey, Pamela, how are you doing? We looked at, what was working and what wasn't working. So guys, that first distraction that get a lot of you in trouble is that darn social media. That D word, distraction, and that social media. That's the first distraction I see that robs people of so much of their time. And not only even just social media, playing games and doing all this extra stuff. Now, it's nothing wrong with it, but if it's taking you off focus, it's keeping you from getting things accomplished. It's taking so much of your time. And especially if you're somebody in this season that's trying to grow in your finances, take that time to read a book. Take that time to listen to a mentor or a video. Hey, Lamont, I'm talking about that D word, distractions. Social media can really rob you of your time if you're not careful. Some people in this season might need to go on a social media fast. Some people in this season might just need to turn off the alerts. Some people just need to get off, period. You got to find out what season you're in when it comes to social media and be honest with yourself and ask you, is it a distraction? And for me, for a season, it was a distraction. My answer is yes. Social media was a distraction. Hey, Trinette. So if you be honest about it, you will know if social media was a distraction. If you have a to-do list and you realize that you didn't get the list done, not because necessarily you didn't have time, it was because you were strolling and you was looking at what Tiffany had going on, what Felicia had going on, and you wasn't as productive as you needed to be because you were distracted by social media. So guess what? You lost your focus. Let's talk about the second distraction, which is clutter. Some of you guys need to clean up your house and get rid of those clothes and those different things that have been in your house for forever and ever. Amen. Lamont, this is real talk. And people like, well, Joy, how is cluttering my house a distraction? Let's talk about cluttering your mind. Woo! Let's talk about how your mind is so cluttered on television, on negativity, and what's going on in the world today. Now, let me make sure I say I'm not taking that lightly, because one of the things that has pushed me to do is pray more. Pray more because of everything that's going on in the world today. But even in that, you have to be mindful not to let it pull you in so much that you get distracted with everything else. Because right now, with everything going on in the world today, we really got to pray. We got to pray. We got to seek God. We got to seek the face of God. So even in TV, I sometimes don't even turn it on, because I'm like, oh my God, my whole day is gone. So for me, I'm in prayer a lot because of everything that's going on. I've always been a prayer warrior, but now it's gone up to a whole nother notch. The other day I looked at for the first time, I finally looked at the video with George Floyd, and me and my husband was in the bed, and as tired as I was, I said, we got to pray right now as a family. We got to pray for our nation. We got to pray for everything that's going on. And that's what we did, including my toddler. So when I say distractions and clutter, I'm talking about the clutter in your mind, the clutter with people in your life, the clutter with those things. It can be a distraction because you lose focus, or you can't stay focused because there's so much stuff in the way. So I need you to shift your mindset, and I need you to get rid of toxic people, places, and things that can keep you in a place of stuck. Because believe it or not, your environment and how your environment, hey Ebony, how your environment is shaped. Is it conducive for growth? Is it helping you to get to the next level? So clutter can be a major distraction. Guys, we're talking about that D word, distraction, and how it causes you to lose your focus. So let's talk about the third one. Because almost every person that I had a conversation with in the last 30 days, this was a problem. And that's comparing yourself to other people. Woo! What's going on in the lives of other people? I wrote down in my notes that when you're focused on what's going on with other people, it disturbs your thinking. It takes you in a different direction because you're so focused on what other people are doing to grow their business, what other people are doing with their family. Oh, they just bought this pretty big house, and you're so distracted on what your goals and priorities is because you're so focused on them. Truth of the matter is, a lot of times you're focusing and looking at people, and the reality of what you see is not the reality of what it is. Oh my God, my God, my God. We are talking about that D word, distractions, and how it makes you lose focus, takes you off course, and you're not able to be effective and successful as you need to be because you're distracted. Oh my God, I can give you guys a quick example. So y'all know that I had a Shift Summit this year, right? Karen is sharing. Share this. This is good information. It's life-changing information. And I had my Shift Summit. After the summit, it was a time of momentum, a time that people were looking for more to help them shift their mindset, their life, and their finances. Guys, I got so distracted in giving refunds back that I missed the moment to be able to give people what they needed, because I was focusing on, let me give these people their refund back. I don't want nobody talking about me in these streets, talking about I didn't give them their money back. And I lost focus, guys. And God had to remind me, I got that. I got you. But I missed an opportunity to really be able to give people things that they needed because of a distraction. So don't allow money. That God is your source. Know that. Don't allow people, don't allow places, and don't allow things to distract you. We're talking about that D word, distractions. Hey, Tina. So guys, be mindful in this season. Look at your circle of influence. Look at the people in it. How are they pouring into your life? How are they making your baby jump? How are they challenging you to be better? How are they challenging you to be greater? And if there's a person in your life that's a distraction, it may be time to dismiss. And if God doesn't tell you to completely dismiss that person, then maybe it's a person that may not need to get a lot of your focus or time because they're pulling something away from you, and that is a distraction. So when you're going to another level, check your circle, because a lot of times, based on where you're going, your circle would have shifted. Do you understand? I had a person in my life, I love her dearly, but she began to be a leech. She began to pull on me so much, but guess what? I was allowing it. Hey, Deidre. I was allowing her to pull on me. I was allowing her to steal my energy. I was allowing her to steal my joy. Ooh, that's too much power I was giving that person. 20 years? And you've been pulling on me for 20 years? It's time to let the leeches go. I know that sounds harsh. I know that sounds hard. But in some seasons, all you can do is pray. And let me tell you guys, I remember her calling one time and I was like, oh, I'm about to get the saints and we about to go pray. The Lord said, I didn't tell you to do that. You are getting ready to go over there and pray and you don't even know what kind of demons. Because we just want to be helpful. And I'm like, oh, I'm a woman of God. Let me just go. But did the Lord tell me to go and pray in person? I paused and the Lord said, no, I need you to stay where you're at and I need you to pray for her. Because what's about to happen if you don't do what I need you to do and you go, you begin to start feeling and experiencing things because you didn't properly prepare yourself for what you was going to pray for. And that's why I had you to pray from where you're at. So could it be that we're doing too much for people sometimes because we just love them so much, not realizing that it's pulling us away from what it is that God is calling us to do in this season? Y'all, we're talking about that D word, distraction. And the first distraction was social media. Be honest and ask yourself, is social media a distraction for you? The second one is clutter. Not only clutter in your mind, but clutter in your life, clutter in your house. I got something for the clutter. Some of you are in relationships with people and you still have items from those people. Now, this can be a whole lie by itself. And you don't even understand. That's a spirit attached to that ex-boyfriend from that purse that you're carrying or that jacket that's in your closet or that shirt that's in your closet. Baby, you need to get rid of that because that spirit of continuing to have that can be a distraction. And you're wondering why you feeling the way that you feeling when you carry that bag or what's going on. You don't even realize that you are holding on to yesterday's stuff that's creating a distraction in your life. Furthermore, is a spirit attached to it. So I need you guys to get rid of some things from ex-boyfriends and ex-husbands. Get it out your house. Because even in that clutter, it can create a distraction in your life. I'm telling you guys, it's not worth it. I don't care if it was a Louis Vuitton bag. Give it to me. Woo, she said, my husband says, Leisha sucked the life out of you. Cut the suckers loose. Yes, First Lady Deidre, cut the suckers loose. I'm calling you, I need a wax. But anyway, I digress. Ooh, see how I get distracted? See how I got distracted? So you have to be careful to stay focused. And let me tell you guys another thing, making sure that you don't allow the reality of your day to keep you walking towards your tomorrow. What do I mean by that? I talk about sight and vision a lot, right? Sight is what's right in front of you. Vision is what you're working towards. Vision is that faith that you're believing God to help you get to where you're going. So sometimes we allow that bill being due. Sometimes we allow what's going on in our life to keep us from getting towards vision. So I need you guys to reshift your focus. We're talking about shifting to elevate. We're talking about perfect vision. I need you to get a vision beyond your today so that you can begin to walk towards what God is calling you to do. Because if you don't, you'll get stuck here. And guess what? Seeing what's going on in front of you is a distraction. Because you're like, oh my God, I got this to do. Oh my God, I got that. I've been there. I've been in survival mode before. I've been to a point where I was dealing with a lot. So Joy, what do I do when I have these distractions that come my way? What do I do when I have financial issues and challenges? What do I do? The first thing I need you to do is surrender. The second thing I need you to do is give it to God. The third thing I need you to do is pray for God to give you strategy and execution so that you won't be in a place of survival mode. And I need you to also be honest if you're spending your money on things that you probably should not be spending your money on. I talked to a few people and they say, Joy, I got stuck. I started getting that money in during COVID for unemployment, for this and that, and I did not pay my bills. So now they're in a situation where they got to pay all their bills, but they done spent their money. Hey, Quantisa. So you cannot allow what's going on in your life to keep you from pushing forth to the vision that you see beyond your reality. You gotta keep pushing forth. So let me tell you guys how to overcome distractions in your life when they come your way. Let me tell you how to push through that financial challenge that you're dealing with. Let me help you today. The first thing I need you to do is shift your mindset. I need you to shift your mindset to see beyond what's going on in your life and to see bigger, to see better, and to see greater. I need you to also be honest with yourself about the things that are creating distractions in your life and begin to remove yourself from anything, anybody, or any place that's creating a distraction for you. And I need you to be willing to let it go. Can somebody put in the comments, let it go? We're talking about that D word, distractions. So first thing is to shift your mindset. That's the first thing, right? So that's the first thing. thing I want you to do, I need you to renew your mind. And this is a scripture that I wrote down in Romans 12:2. Do not be conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you would testify, you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and what is acceptable and what is perfect. I need you to renew your mind. I need you to renew your mind. That's it, Ebony. Let it go. I need you to renew your mind. So in renewing your mind, you can begin to see beyond that thing that's having you in a place of stuck, that distraction that's keeping you here. I need you to renew your mind, and I need you to see bigger, better, and greater. I need you to shift your mind to not allow social media to be your TV in this season. I need you to know that this season might need a fast from you when it comes to social media. That D word, distractions, it makes you lose focus. It keeps you from progressing. It keeps you from moving forward. So that's a scripture, Romans 12:2. Another one I wrote down was Proverbs 4:25. Look straight ahead and fix your eyes on what lies before you. Ooh, that's what I just talked about. When you see vision, which is beyond your reality, and you focus your eyes on that, that's why I love vision boards. I love vision boards. And when you begin to work towards that vision, even when all these different distractions come, even when all these different conflicts come, you can continue to move forward because you are so focused on what's ahead. You are so focused on what God says about you. You are so focused on that vision and dream that He's placed within your belly. The scriptures is Romans 12:2, and the other scripture is Proverbs 4:25. So that's how you guys can push through distractions. Renewing your mind, seeing beyond your reality. Because if you got a goal that you focus on, then you're going to keep moving towards that goal. Because when good looking come with that cologne on, tall, dark, and handsome, and you know right now God is calling you to a season with just him and you, and he come and say, oh, God told me you my wife. Well, did he tell you that? He surely told me. So even in this season where we're getting ready to go, everything is opening back up and he come fine, dark, and handsome. Now, for some of you, you might be in a season where it's time for the husband. But for others of you, you know where you at. Get yourself together. Because tall, dark, and handsome with that cologne on might just be a distraction for you. Some of you are living with your distraction. Ooh! Some of you are living with your distraction. And God brought you through this whole COVID quarantine, and you allow your distraction to live with you. And sometimes the distractions can be your grown kids. Woo! Y'all gonna be mad at me. It's time for them to take control of their own finances and their own life, because you keep being in a place of stuck, not being able to progress because your grown child keeps spending money carelessly. They're not doing what they're supposed to do. So you continue to be that person that's basically the person that just gets them out of everything they get in. If they want to keep being out here having all these kids, that's what they're doing. So it's also a season for some of you to say no, because your yes has created a distraction in your life. It's no longer being people-pleasing season, even if the people are your kids or your mama or your daddy and them. I got to come close. Do you hear me? Because sometimes your family can be a distraction. And you like, oh, they done went on and brought a house and a car. You still living in the hood, giving them money to buy stuff that they can't afford, and you can't even get ahead. Get your house, get your business off the ground, because you keep giving them handouts. We got to stop crippling people. So distractions can be you always saying yes. That's what she said. She said no is the complete sentence. Darlene said you're being an enabler. Thank you for that word. So that D word, distractions. Some of you need to learn to say no. Because you're saying yes is keeping you in a place of stuck and keeping you from moving forward. And you don't even realize that it's been your family that's been distracting you and keeping you back all this time. This is Monday Motivation. So let me give y'all some stuff so you can get out of that season of distractions that's keeping you from progressing and keeping you from moving forward and keeping you from growing to be all that God has called you to be. So I told you had to shift your mindset, right? I gave you guys the scripture. Don't let the noise of this world keep you from hearing the voice of God. Whew, Lord, that right there. Don't let the noise of this world keep you from hearing from the voice of God. So outside of shifting your mindset, increasing your prayer life and your time with God, we just have to get in his presence like never before. When you're dealing with distractions, when you're dealing with everything in this world, we got to surrender to God. Give it to him. Get before him. Because believe it or not, a lot of the things that's going on is to push us closer to God. And we got to start showing the world Jesus. We got to start showing the world more Jesus. When we turn on the TV, just say no, take the gift off of it and move on. And that's really good. You know why, Deborah? Because I was a people pleaser. And I would feel so bad when I used to start telling people no, that I would explain myself. In this season of saying no, I don't want you to explain yourself. It's no. Like Quantisa said, a complete sentence and be done. No. Now, there could be good distractions like taking a walk in the park because you just need to take your mind off of stuff. There could be distractions, taking that good bath and just relaxing in that self-care time. Those can be good distractions. But I'm talking about those distractions that take your focus, that robs your joy, and that keeps you from progressing and being all that God has called you to be. Those are the type of distractions I'm talking about. Social media, that clutter in your house, them clothes that you ain't worn in 10 years, that clutter in your mindset because you're listening to and looking at all this toxic stuff. And the third distraction was looking at other people and comparing yourself. The exact way that I said it is what's going on in the lives of others. That one right there gets so many people. Like I told you guys, I talked to women mainly over the last 30 days. It was a few men. And every time I talked to them and I was like, what's going on? Well, such and such child got this going on, but my child not doing it. Well, such and such business is growing, but mine's not doing it. Well, I don't feel it was a comparison thing. They were looking at other people to determine their success and if they were worthy. Baby, you are fearfully and wonderfully made because of who God created you to be. And he is the only person that should be validating you. He's the only person. So with those three, I want you guys to be honest, and I'm getting ready to get off here because I feel like I've been on here for too long. I want you to be honest. Ask yourself if social media is a distraction. It may be time to take a fast from it. Turn off the alerts. The second thing is, ask yourself the honest truth, the clutter. Are you looking at things in this season that's probably not helping your mindset to shift? Are you looking at TV that's negative and you need to be focusing on creating more revenue because your bank account is not in a good place? You probably shouldn't be watching TV in this season. I always share my story how I stopped watching TV for a year because my bank account was bleeding like the woman with the issue of blood. I couldn't afford to be watching on TV. Some of y'all can't afford to be watching TV in this season. I'm just keeping it real. Turn the TV off, anime. Turn it off. So ask yourself the clutter. The clutter could be a person. The clutter could be a place. The clutter could be a thing. I also talked about the clutter in your house. Some of you guys need to get rid of some of the things in your house. That's a distraction. And the clutter could be living with you, and the clutter could be your kids. Ooh. And the third D was don't compare yourself to other people, because that distraction alone focuses you on them and not on what God called you to do. So I gave you guys some things that you can do to get rid of the distractions. I'll be in prayer with you, but don't allow distractions to keep you from focusing and going towards what God has said about you. Whether it's a building that you see yourself owning, let that be your focus. Let that be your drive. Let that keep you moving forward to do what God has called you to do. So guys, that's my time. I hope that there was something that I said today to help motivate you, but also encourage you to make the shift so that you would no longer allow distractions to keep you from being focused. I am Joy McLaughlin Harris, also known as Joy Speaks to You with the number 2, the letter U. I am an educator, motivator, innovator, business coach, strategist, transformational, and empowerment speaker. I also post my YouTube, so you will be able to go and get the full video of distractions, all the scriptures in detail on YouTube as of Wednesday. But go ahead and follow me today. I'm excited because I'm building that platform. You're welcome, Quantisa. I'm excited. So guys, again, don't be distracted in this season because God got a great work for you. I need you focused like never before. Focus, focus. Y'all got it? Have a wonderful Monday, guys. Talk to you soon.